I have applied for a Canadian visitor's visa for me and my family. What advice do you have for us? This is a question I have answered privately ever since I came to TikTok, but I never saw the need to post it online until recent because it's like I'm receiving this particular question on a daily basis now. I don't know why the visitor's visa has become that popular, but if I am to guess, I would think it's because the other options are either too difficult or too expensive. So comparing to study permit, permanent residency, work permit, I guess the visitor's visa is easier to get and cheaper. But most of these people who are asking me this question happen to have family and intend coming with their wives or husbands and children on a visitor's visa, and they all intend to stay. So though they are applying and claiming their intention is to visit and live, their real intention is to stay. Okay, I have already made it clear how it is very, very difficult to get a work permit if you come in here with a visitor's visa. And I've already said it countless times that you can come. I will not discourage you from coming. Just be prepared and start looking for a job even before you leave your country and come to Canada. Because without a job, and not just any job, without an LMIE job, there is no way you are going to get a work permit. No way you're going to be able to convert it or apply for a work permit. So start looking for a job even before you come here. But this is the thing. You are coming in with a visitor's visa, knowing very well you are not allowed to work with it. And yet you are coming with your entire family. How do you expect to provide for your family and rent and all of the expenses? Unfortunately, living in Canada is not as cheap as it is living in some of our countries, our home countries. So if you are coming in with your family, you are not expecting to just go and rent a single room shared apartment. You are definitely going to have to maybe rent a 2-bedroom apartment or even the whole house. The complications with that is most landlords will not even rent their house to you when they know you are coming with a visit permit in the first place. I mean, you are on a visitor's visa. The landlord have to make sure you will be able to pay his rent, because if you don't pay your rent, getting you out of the house is more difficult and costly for them. So they have to make sure you will be able to pay your rent before they give it to you out. They lease it out to you. And that aside, renting a 2-bedroom apartment is not cheap. Even a 1-bedroom apartment is not cheap either. Especially these days, people are paying 2,000 plus a month for a place, depending on which city you're going. Some cities are a little bit cheaper, some are more expensive, but on the average, 2-bedroom apartments are going for 2,000 plus. Then comes your utility bills, your feeding, every other expenses. And with a visitor's visa, you are allowed to stay for maximum 6 months. There is no guarantee that you are going to get a job in 2, 3, 4, 5, or even the whole 6 months. So if you don't get a job, how are you going to survive for this 6 months? I bet most people who want to come to Canada, converting all the money they have into Canadian dollars, it's not even going to be up to, say, $30,000. Even if you have it, Is that what you plan on doing? Spend all your life savings just within 6 months with the hope of getting a work permit which may never come? My advice for that is, yes, you do want to come to Canada with a visitor's visa because that is the only one you can afford to apply for. Fine, no problem. I would rather advise you come alone. Either your husband or the wife should rather come first. See things for yourself. Experience life as is, not as I have told you. When you come and you think getting an LMIA job and converting to a work permit is so easy, you will get to know it yourself. And if you are able to get a job, then your spouse can join you. And in choosing between which of you should come, what I would say is whoever is earning the highest income should stay and let the other come. Because supposing the husband is working, earning more money, you are the breadwinner of the family, and you leave your country and come to Canada, leaving your wife who is probably not working or earning a much meager income which cannot take care of the family, and you leave and come here and you are not finding any job. That means no other money is coming from anywhere because your wife is using the one she has, the little she has, to probably take care of your children. Similarly, if it's the wife who is earning more and the husband is rather on a meager salary, it is better that the husband comes so the wife can take proper care of the children, so that the husband can come and look for something for the family. When you come and you realize things are easier and you are able to find your way through, kudos, you can bring the rest of the family. But if within 6 months you come and you realize things are tough, you are not able to find a job, then at least you will have the option of going back home to be with your family and hopefully finding another route. But if the whole family is coming here, there is a higher likelihood you are going to get stuck. And this is where some people present applying for refugee status or seeking asylum as an option. That is a whole different topic I don't even feel comfortable talking about. But with the kind of questions I am getting these days, I am going to comment on that shortly. If you are listening to me and you are hell-bent on leaving your country to Canada, my advice, as always, be prepared. Put yourself in a position where you are not going to come here and get stuck and be amongst the thousands of people who get here and start talking about how Canada is not as they thought it was going to be and all of that. Yes, Canada is not as is being preached outside to everybody else. Canada is not the heaven on earth many people think it is. Money is not growing on trees where you just come here and start grabbing them. No. Even for those of us who already have our permanent residency, our citizenship, it's not easy in Canada. So if you are coming here, especially as a visitor, with the intention of staying, converting it to work permit later, know what it entails and get yourself ready for it. Prepared that when you, even before you come in, you started looking for a job. And I've also heard from people who tell me they have family members, they have friends here in Canada. So, they will be able to help me. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way either. Because if you have a family member here, that family member doesn't have an LMIA job to hand over to you. So if you came with a visit visa, you are merely visiting. and there's not much they can do about it. There is a reason why people come here as students, knowing very well they would have to spend thousands of dollars before graduation, and hopefully they will be able to become permanent resident, which isn't even guaranteed either, even if you come as a student. So if any agent or anyone is telling you that coming here as a visitor and converting to work permit is that simple, you have to start questioning that agent. You have to start asking questions. The last thing we want is for people to come here and get stuck, as we've witnessed lots of times. People come in, start calling, start sending messages, and they think you are ignoring them. You go to Toronto, especially the airport cities, where you see a lot of homeless people, including people who have applied to seek asylum, who are homeless, not finding any jobs, finding nothing for them in Canada. Even people who come in as permanent residents come in only to realize it's not working for them, and later they leave. And I am sure by now you've already seen a lot of videos online where people who came in as permanent residents are telling you how bad Canada is and why they have to leave. I will make my own comment on that later. But just get yourself prepared for the reality, not the heaven dream people have sold to you. Before you come to Canada, make sure that heaven dream is off your mind before you even come. Face reality, start looking for that job, and if possible, come only when you receive the job offer, not before. Or if you still want to come, the moment you get here, start moving around, looking for that job. Else, life is not going to be funny for you. Have a nice day.